With load shedding expected this coming winter, South Africa is one of many African countries where the demand for energy outstrips supply. Round 2 of South Africa's Renewable Energy Independent Power Producer Programme has reached financial closure, with 19 projects comprising of wind, solar and small hydro facilities expected to see a capital investment of 28 million rand.
I think renewable energy is an integral part of an energy mix of any nation. To achieve energy security, you need to tap into renewable energy because, one, it helps you shape your peak demand. Two, it helps you to address rural areas where tapping into a grid is extremely expensive. In many cases, actually, renewable energy now, solar, is becoming very, very much comparable to grid power because of, solar prices have dropped by 80%. And wind energy is dropping in many countries now. Wind become, again, grid compatible. So the opportunities in renewable energy are huge, and the costs are becoming smaller and smaller because there is a lot of hidden costs in fossil fuel that doesn't really get to be measured, while in renewable energy it gets to be expanded and highlighted. I think the future for energy in Africa generally and South Africa has a lot to do with renewable energy, and that is a fact. With the solar, with the wind, with the geothermal and with hydro, you have huge natural resources that just doesn't make sense you don't tap into them.
Meanwhile, the South African government has expressed concern over the capacity of the existing grid to absorb additional electricity from renewable energy projects.
The IPP developments in Africa are much slower, and power plants are coming on stream much slower than anybody would like. Now, there are many reasons for that. Fundamentally, there's one major fundamental reason, which is that many governments in Africa sell the electricity to their consumers at a price which is less than they would have to pay an independent power producer to buy the power. So they operate at a loss. The reason for that is the affordability of electricity to the consumer. So there are lots of discussions about what the tariffs should be, should the tariffs be increased, and you end up with a dilemma, which is that if you increase the cost of electricity and people can't afford it, it becomes a political problem.
Tariff determination is a key theme under discussion as many African governments subsidize their energy sectors, making it difficult for independent power producers to recover their costs.
Okay, first of all, I think what's important for regulators is for them to establish credibility and legitimacy for tariff setting, credibility for investors and legitimacy in the eyes of consumers. In terms of reaching cost reflectivity, as it were, it remains an important point for many utilities across the continent. But if you look at the track record that regulators are beginning to set now, a lot of regulators have given significant awards to utilities, and utilities that were cash strained for many years are beginning to see that strain is beginning to get eased of them.
To attract investment in African utilities going forward, Kapika advises that regulators across Africa ensure that their policy frameworks provide predictability and certainty when it comes to tariff determination.